Welcome to Agoracom CEO Interviews, a production of Agoracom in which we take the time to sit down with successful small cap executives to talk about their companies. With us today is Don Bubar. He's President and CEO of Avalon Rare Metals. They trade on the TSX on the stock symbol AVL and on the New York Stock Exchange under the exact same symbol. Join me now in welcoming Don Bubar.
Good to see you, George.
Always good to see you. All right, so let's get straight into it. Nechalacho, what's the status of the project today?
It remains the most advanced heavy rare earth development opportunity in the world outside China. We've completed a feasibility study on it. We're working hard to develop customer relationships for the heavy rare earth products that we seek to produce, who will commit to offtake arrangements to raise capital to move this project into the construction phase. So we're working on those agreements right now to allow us to do that.
And I think that tells the markets, tells shareholders that when you're continuing to spend money and moving the project ahead like this, you're obviously planning for success. You can see it and you got to be ready for it.
We're still committed to moving this project forward when the markets want us to.
What's the state of the rare earth industry around the world?
We've just been through a spectacular speculative bubble in the rare earth space. We're on the back end of that now, where prices got to levels that were clearly unsustainable in the marketplace. And they actually hurt the market because customers were used to price stability, and this high level of volatility spooked them. Demand continues to grow at the rate of about 5 to 10% per year. Without that new supply, prices will go up again.
Avalon Rare Metals, in the meantime, isn't just a one project company or even a one mineral company at the end of the day. You've got East Kemptville in Nova Scotia. Now, this is a tin project. Tell us about the tin business. How big can it be? And then how does East Kemptville fit into that?
We have always been a diversified rare metals and minerals company. We've got 3 other advanced projects. We've actually had our East Kemptville project longer than we've had our Nechalacho project. It goes back to 2004. Just waiting for the right circumstances to come along to allow us to move them forward. It was a combination of being able to work with the existing landowners in the area to look at redeveloping this brownfield site. And then it was a matter of the tin market needing a new supply to come into the marketplace. They use tin to make lead-free solders, those little bits of metal on a circuit board that connect various circuits. They used to use lead. Lead is toxic. It's been legislated out of that use, and the only really good alternative metal is tin. So that's creating this huge new demand. Accounts for 50% of the market now, total global market, whereas 10 years ago it was close to 0. And if you believe that there's a future for electronic devices like iPads, smartphones, and high-definition TVs, then you know there's going to be growing demand for tin. And so that's what's making it a really exciting commodity to be in right now.
So tell us about now East Kemptville specifically and how it fits into all that, because this isn't just some prospect, greenfield. It's a historical producer. So let's talk about historically what it produced, and under what and why it's not producing currently, and what Avalon is doing to move that project ahead.
It was a tin producer for 6 years, starting in 1985. And it shut down in 1992 only because the price of tin had collapsed. At that point in time, there had been an international tin cartel that controlled supply, demand, and price. It collapsed at that time, and the price went from $6 a pound to $2 a pound. It's been basically a closed mine site ever since. Waiting for an entrepreneur to come along and recognize that there was an opportunity there to perhaps realize some of that value that's still in the ground that was never realized.
I wonder who that might be.
So that was me about 10 years ago. Taken quite a while to figure out a way to get full access to this closed mine site. But all that's come together in the last year or so to create this opportunity to take control of the site and take advantage of this new demand in the marketplace to contemplate bringing this historic operation back on stream.
So what are you doing right now to prepare East Kemptville for this coming market tsunami that you saw back in 2004?
Well, we're doing a PEA right now. And in order to do that, we had to do some confirmation drilling on the historical resource and bring it into compliance with National Instrument 43-101 so we could report it to our shareholders and the investing public. We did that 2 weeks ago. And now we are able to use that to develop a preliminary economic assessment. So we're working on that right now with the expectation that it'll get done in the next couple of months.
Don, that's a great overview from the project side of things. Let's go talk corporate matters upstairs in the head office.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Avalon Rare Metals, George. That's a beautiful office.
Let's talk about your share price. When investors call you up and ask you about the share price today, what do you tell them?